Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Fox Reacts. Today, we're actually going to be kind of doing a double creature flick. Like, two videos, of course, was from Peak of Magic and it is every type series. First off, we have Goomy, and after this, you'll see just which one is the second one. Let's hop in and see just what kinds of mons are made from this slime and the other types.
Goomy!
Love
This little
it.
slime dragon is the cutest Pokemon in existence. And
Truly.
that's a fact. Totally not just my opinion.
Yeah, I like it as well.
So why don't we spread the Goomy love by making a Goomy of every type?
Awesome. I believe it already starts out as just a water dragon, or maybe it's just pure dragon. Oh well.
Hey
let's
everybody,
see this.
Brandon here. So recently in Pokemon Legends Arceus, we were introduced to Hisuian Sliggoo and Hisuian Goodra. I,
there
along
it
with
is.
others,
Steel.
became curious as to what a Hisuian Goomy might look like. Some, like the incredible artist Goompy, imagined a bunch of different
Let's see what
typings
he
for
could have
Goomy.
done.
Though I don't know why you would possibly have an inclination to do such a thing. But after seeing those amazing
Yes,
variants, it
why
had me
would
feeling
he?
inspired to make this video and make a bunch of Goomies of my own. Unlike
Alright.
previous of every type videos, Goomy doesn't actually have any variants. So there will be a
Yeah, it
whopping
is kind of
17
strange.
new Goomies, because obviously we already have Dragon. Looking at you, comment section.
Okay,
but
so it
before
is
we
just
begin
base
this
Dragon.
Goomylicious endeavor, make sure to
Alright.
hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell
can't
to
wait
keep
to
up to
see
date
which
with future
one he
videos.
makes.
Also, I
Or,
really
well,
don't
what he
plug this
makes.
at all, but make sure to
Makes it
go
all
follow
look
me
cool.
over on Twitter. I'm trying to hit 1K followers by the end of this year, so let's see if we can make that happen. Also,
Alright.
make sure to check out my other socials using the link tree in the description. So about half of these Goomies were done by Goompy.
And gonna say this now, link to both vids will be in the description, so remember to check out the original creator and all he's done, because this guy makes great content.
But the other half I commissioned my good friend Kai_FakemonSR for.
Oh,
so we'll
cool.
start with the ones I did with Kai. Starting us off is the
Alright.
Steel type.
Oh yeah.
This, of course, is going to be Hisuian Goomy.
Oh, look at
Like
that!
I said before,
That's
this is kind of one I
adorable.
wish would be real. I understand why it's not, but it's still fun to imagine. So for this one, Kai and I
Look
tried
at
to
that.
replicate that feeling from Sliggoo and Goodra, of almost having
I
the
just
shell
realized it looks
overwhelm
so
the Pokemon.
sleepy.
I mean, the concept behind this line and their Colossian counterpart is that the
Hmm.
Hisuian line is more reserved in their shell, and the Colossian
Oh,
line
that
has
makes
come
sense.
out of their shell. You can see this in how it becomes
Huh.
more friendly looking and less depressed. Another little
Oh,
design
yeah.
detail is we made the cheeks of Goomy a little more desaturated, more
Huh.
of a greenish gray to match the
I guess
eyes
that
and
actually
dots
makes
of
sense.
Sliggoo, which are also more of a desaturated green.
All
This
right,
little
it's
detail
making sense.
also matches how the color and vibrancy of the Colossian
Oh,
Goomy
yeah.
line has become more
Look, these ones here actually are a bit less in like color and life. I never realized that. And these ones are of course very bright and happy, outgoing. Huh.
Dude with
I
the
never
Hisuian
realized.
line. This is another Hisuian variant that's an example of, what did you do to my boy?
Oh.
Next up, here is a rock-type Goomy.
Whoa.
This Goomy is based on the Dorona albilinita sea
That
slug.
is cool.
Probably butchered that Latin, but get used to it. We're going to talk about a lot of snails and slugs in this video that don't have common names. The Dorona is a particularly
Look at
impressive
that
looking
thing.
sea slug, and definitely caught my
Amazing.
eye when researching slugs for these variants. Its serrata, these little spiky parts on its back,
All
reminded
right.
me heavily of crystalline structures found in caves, specifically that of
Ooh.
quartz and amethyst. So this Goomy is
The
modeled after
amethyst,
quartz
you
and
mean.
amethyst geodes. The combination of
Wow.
Goomy plus Dorona plus geodes just fits the rock type perfectly. This Goomy is
It
more
looks so
stern and
serious.
stubborn.
Like,
They
look
won't
at
be
the
bothered to
eyes.
move unless they're in danger. This is to reflect the hardened and
It's like,
immovable
nope,
nature of
I ain't
crystals.
moving.
These Goomy are often
I
mistaken
ain't
for
getting out
actual
of my
crystals because they
shell.
sit so still, which
That's
leads
a
to them
reference.
becoming even more stern and stubborn.
Oh, here comes an ad. Now we continue on.
Speaking of Angie boys, here is a fighting type Goomy.
Oh, look at that.
This Goomy is partially based on the fighting conch snail,
Nice.
which has the incredible binomial name of Strombus pugilis. Yes,
Strombus
I know.
pugilis?
It's based on a snail, but it doesn't have a shell? Well, the
Hmm,
overall design
whatever.
just didn't lend itself to a shell, and slugs are basically just snails without shells anyway. The
I mean,
purple
pretty
aspects
much.
of this design are meant to reference
Whoa.
the black eyes and bruises that fighters receive.
Oh, yeah, that
you know,
makes sense.
when they're fighting.
And look at the
it
antenna,
also
it's
has a
like a
little
little
anger
fist.
mark that it shares with Primeape. This Goomy uses its antenna? Eyes? What are those things?
They're
Anyway,
antennae.
it uses these things to punch. So, yes, all punch moves are available to learn.
Awesome.
And it actually makes sense.
And the reason why I say these are antennae is very simple, because these are eyes. In every form we've seen, these are the eyes, not these. It's slug or not, these are antennae.
unlike freaking Whooper. While we're on the topic of ground types, here's this ground type Goomy.
Oh,
Unlike
look at
the
that.
past few
It's like a
Goomies, which were based on
swine-up.
snails or slugs, this Goomy is actually based on a flatworm, specifically the
Oh.
Eurylepta leparda, or the leopard
Wow.
flatworm. The pattern on its back reminded me of sand. So it gave me the idea of a
Makes
Goomy
sense.
who could flatten itself out and almost merge with the sand to
Holy.
camouflage itself. Kind of like Sandygast in Palisand.
Oh, that's
also, its
shiny.
coloration reminds me of pancakes and syrup, which is
Oh,
just
it
another
does.
reason to love this
Catch
cutie.
one, name it
For another
Pancake,
Goomy
best
based on a
friend forever.
flatworm, here is a flying type Goomy.
Ooh.
This Goomy isn't based on any specific flatworm, but more so the way flatworms look when they swim. I mean,
Yeah,
look at this.
whoa.
It's so beautiful and trippy, like
It
a
is.
Beatles music video. To me, it almost looks like a magic carpet flying through the air.
I was getting
So that's
more
what
the
inspired
feel
this
of like
Goomy.
a
Its
ghost
coloration
in
is
a
meant to look like the
dress.
sky and clouds. The patterns on its sides are air current, and its
Okay.
antennae. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna look this up. Wait, they're horns? Okay,
Oh,
the horns are
antenna-like
meant to look
horns.
like fluffy
Okay.
clouds. Also, it has a kind of a
Okay.
little air current mustache going on,
Oh, I
and you
didn't see
know
that.
how I
It's
love
got a-
facial hair. This Goomy likes to zoom through the air without a
Awesome.
care in the world. You could say they're living on cloud 9.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Shut
Want
up,
to see
Fred.
something else that's trippy and beautiful? How about this psychic type Goomy?
Whoa.
This Goomy is based on, and I'm gonna try
That's
my best here,
amazing.
the Phylodesmium poendimiae slug, which means spun of light. Did I do good?
Psychedelic.
Okay, cool. This psychedelic-looking Goomy's horns and coloration are both inspired by the serrata of the spun of light slug. But like I said,
Amazing.
it's meant to look psychedelic, because this Goomy is definitely tripping.
It's
This
gotta
is a
start out
reference
with
to the
acid.
supposed link between
You
psychedelics
get that
and
reference if
extrasensory
you know what I'm
perception,
talking about.
aka ESP. This Goomy may seem confused, but its horns are actually highly sensitive receivers of psychic energy that it uses to find its
Alright.
way around and defend itself if necessary.
Alright,
Speaking
that's
of horns, here is this normal type
Whoa.
Goomy. This Goomy
Normal
is
type-
partially inspired by the
Normal type, and he's put it inside a frickin' tuba. It's a tube. If you blow the back of the horn, does it make a "boom" sound? Because that's a tuba, or some type of horn instrument.
Triton's trumpet snail, except for its shell is literally a trumpet. Well,
Okay,
not quite a trumpet,
just a
but
trumpet.
it's kind of a mix of a bunch of different brass instruments.
Okay.
But now its horns
Maybe it's a French
are
horn?
horns. Should be easy to remember that now. This
Yeah.
Goomy uses its
Yeah,
shell
okay.
to make incredibly loud noises, rivaling that of a loudred. The
Whoa.
louder the Goomy, the stronger it is. For the
Nice.
dark type, here is this Goomy.
Ooh.
It is based on assassin snails and actual assassins. Its horns
Cool.
are, of course, supposed to look like demonic horns to give off that evil vibe. Pokemon breeders and farmers will use this form of Goomy if they
I wonder if he could make it more like the cone snout. Well, it can jut out a very poisonous spike full of like toxins. Maybe he did that for the poison type. Ooh.
have unwanted pests sneaking into their farm. Let's just say they get the
Nice.
job done. Lastly, from Kai and I, is this electric type Goomy. It is based
looks
on
so
this Super
sleepy.
Saiyan looking dude, the Janolus
Man,
Fuscus.
I am not
Also,
salty,
as I'm
not
sure
for
you've
this.
noticed, its cheeks and brow line are a reference to Frankenstein's monster, who
Oh,
in and of
yeah,
itself was
very
brought to
obvious.
life using lightning. And for a third reference, back in 2012, scientists from Clarkson
A
University and Ben
snail-powered
Gurion
battery?
University of Negev managed to create
Huh.
a snail-powered battery by collecting small amounts of power over several months by
okay.
processing the glucose in the snail's blood. We live in a crazy world, man.
Yes, we do.
Jeez. The rest of these
The world
Goomies
is
are
very
made by
crazy.
Goompy. To start us off is this incredible
Whoa.
water-type Goomy based on the Glaucus atlanticus,
The
or
sea
the
angel.
blue sea dragon.
Oh,
Blue
I
sea
thought that was the
dragons
sea
are the
angel.
coolest creatures
Sorry.
in nature, and making a Goomy variant based on them
Ow.
works so well. I
It's almost
love
like it could
the
be
way
an ice type
Goompy
or
incorporated the sea
something.
dragon's serrata into a mustache and eyebrows. It reminds
would
me of
just
the
wanna call
wise
it a
dragons
snow
of Chinese folklore. Next, here is the fire-type Goomy. This
Ooh.
one is based on the scaly foot snail,
Ah,
whose
I
natural
love that.
habitat is hanging around hydrothermal vents, heated
It
by
lives
underlying
in
magma,
lava.
which can reach up to 750 degrees Fahrenheit. That is one
Yeah.
hot snail. Don't take that out of context. To
There's
complete the
scales
starter
on it?
type
That's
trio,
actually just
here is
pure
this
ion.
grass type Goomy. It is of course based
grass
on
type.
banana slugs and actual bananas. The banana slug combo is definitely a
Banana!
concept I've wanted to see Game Freak explore. And this is a
It
great
could be
example as
cool.
to why. This concept fits so well onto Goomy.
Yeah, it
Next
does,
up is this
surprisingly.
bug type Goomy. And its
Aw.
inspiration is a little gross.
It's a little
so
cute.
consider this your warning. Okay?
Oh, wait,
Good?
I think I know
All
what
right.
this is.
This Goomy is inspired by the
Oh,
green-banded
yeah.
broadsack, a parasite that hangs out in the snail's eye stalks.
Ugh.
Yes, now my eyes hurt too.
Oh, God.
Speaking of creepy things, How about
Oh,
a
good.
ghost
Moving
type
fast. Thank
Goomy?
you.
Well, being a ghost, its inspiration is actually
Ooh.
not creepy like the last one. This Goomy is inspired by sea angels.
There it is.
Isn't that
That's the
nice?
sea
Aren't they
angel.
just so beautiful? These last few
Truly
aren't
is.
actually based on snails, slugs, or even flatworms. For the
Ooh.
poison type, we have this Goomy. It is based on tar
Damn
pits and the fossils found within them. I love how Goopy
Ugh.
made it look like a caveman with that heavy brow line. Maybe we can see this in a prehistoric Pokemon region. Next, here is the fairy type Goomy.
Alright.
This one's based on bubblegum.
Oh!
I love the little personality it
Oh,
has,
that gummy.
trying to pull itself off the ground. I imagine this is a frequent occurrence for this poor Goomy. Its horns being bubbles
Adorable.
is so cute and reminds me of space buns, which just
Eh?
makes me love this design more.
Meh.
Last but not least is this ice type Goomy. It is
Oh.
based on a dropped ice cream cone, which is adorable and hilarious. The shell being the
Adorably
cone is
cute.
ingenious. I also love the personality shift on this one. It being more sleepy looking is clearly a
Aw.
reference to how when your body temperature drops, you become drowsy, like in cases of hypothermia. But that's a
Drowsy.
Goomy of every type. Let me know which one was your favorite. Also, don't forget to hit that like button,
Out of all
subscribe,
of them,
and
I
hit that
personally like the
notification bell.
fire type.
Also, go follow me on all my socials. Follow the link tree in the description. With that, I will see you guys next time.
And with that, I'm going to pause this, and I'll see all of you folks in the second part of this vid. So, see all of you in a, well, see y'all in a microsecond. Alright, folks, here we are in the second vid, in ARCEUS of every type. We know that ARCEUS is the god of all Pokemon and can use any type as long as he's holding one of the plates. But let's just see what would happen if he actually changed forms with the plates.
ARCEUS, the almighty god of the Pokemon world.
creator of
Now,
all.
what would it look like as every type? Let's find
Oh
out.
yeah, here we go. Wonder who you got to do the art for this one.
Hey everyone, Brandon here. ARCEUS,
Glad to
who was
be
the
here.
box legendary of the recent and very popular game Pokemon Legends Arceus, is one of the coolest
Arceus.
legendary Pokemon to ever exist.
Love it.
I mean, it is the god of the Pokemon world. You
It
can't
is
get much cooler
literally
than
God.
that. So let's take a look at what an Arceus of
Dory,
every
man.
type might look like. Before we
Awesome.
begin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification
I guess
bell
we
to
don't
keep up
have
to
to
date
do
with future
normal.
videos. Starting us off is the Dark type. For this, we have this awesome form by Super
Oh,
Rookie
look at
over on
that.
Instagram.
It's like a
They
Shadow
really
Ring.
knocked it out of the park with this one. It definitely gives
Love
me
it.
the same feeling as Shadow Lugia from Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
This is amazing.
I get a
art.
sort of insidious feeling from this design. I imagine this is the Arceus that rules over some
I personally like how it's got the ring is no longer enclosed around it perfectly, but instead shadowed, showing that Arceus is no longer bound by the rules he's made, and that he will do what he wants.
kind of Shadow Realm version of the Pokemon world. Next is
okay.
the Fire type, and for this
Oh,
we
yeah.
have this incredible form done by Super32X over on Twitter.
Really?
They did an incredible job with this design. You can perfectly feel the fire typing in the orange and dark aspects
Not
of this design.
really, I mean,
it
that's
feels
just-
very intimidating.
Isn't that just the
This
basic
Arceus
form?
loves to hang around active volcanoes, or McDonald's coffee to test its fiery might.
Huh.
Next is the Ice
But
type.
wasn't that just
And here's
basic
another
Arceus
form
with
by
the fire plate?
Super32X.
Okay,
Yet
again.
another one where the coloration just makes this design. The cool blues
Again,
of this
this is
design
Arceus just
speak
holding the
icy
ice
wonders. This Arceus loves to create fierce snowstorms to give kids all
Come
around the
on,
world
give
a
someone
snow
bit
day.
more-
Next
well,
up, we have the Poison
know.
type. For this, we have this awesome design by Super32X.
Oh,
This
come
one has a
on.
crazy coloration to it. It's halfway between pink and purple, which really evokes that toxic vibe of the Poison type.
Wait,
This Arceus
Hold on, when did this vid come out? April 1st. Okay, so there's a slight likelihood that this is actually a prank, but let's just continue watching.
likes to comment #BringBackNationalDex under every tweet the Pokemon Twitter posts. Next we
Okay,
have
this
the
is
Bug
definitely a
type,
prank.
and this
Oh,
one is
well.
really interesting. Bug is kind of a hard design element to incorporate into more of an
already
equestrian
here.
design
Let's
like
just continue.
Arceus. But I think that Super32X knocks it out of the park with this Arceus. This
Okay,
Arceus likes to
fine,
fly
fine.
around the poop of other Pokemon so it can lay its eggs. For the Water type, here is this exuberant design by Super32X.
Alright,
The deep blues
Just
of
keep
this
going.
design are truly something to behold. Such beauty. This Arceus sits at the bottom of the pool at Waterworld. People think it's the wave pool, but it's actually just this Arceus trying to get people to leave it alone.
Graham.
Next up is the Ghost type. And prepare to be spooked with this one, guys.
You gonna get
Here
anything?
is another
Ah, no,
crazy
there it is.
design by Super32X Music. And here is yet a design manages for me. It's next level and Avatar Legend of Korra.
Alright, you know what? I think this was indeed the joke video because he's literally just showing the regular art of ARCEUS when it's holding the plates. The only new one we really got was the dog form way over here. But hey, I'm still going to give this a like. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and call it an end since this is kind of it. So, remember to check out the links into this take 2 on that. Remember to check out the links in the description below, along with leaving a comment, a subscription, and a like on the vid. And remember to support the original creator and all they do. And I'll see all of you folks in the next video. So have a good one.